about a year. No, not 3 or 4. I don't want that kind of forever. My life ain't no ever always seems to be around when it begins, but forever never seems to be around when it ends. So give me you forever. Leave you forever. Not a day less will do. People spend so much time every single day running around all over town, giving their forever away. But no, not me, I won't let my forever roam. Now I hope I can find my forever. So give me yours forever. Leave yours forever. Not a day less will do. From you. Things begin, but forever never seems to be around. Things end. Give me forever. Leave you forever. Not a day less will do.
Don't ask me what you know is true. Don't have to tell you I love your precious heart. I was standing, you were there, two worlds collided, and baby, never
sun shining bright forever. Have your fears and your pain gone away. 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the skies. I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. So tell me, what do you do up in heaven? All your days filled with love and light. Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. I hope you're dancing in the sky. And I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. I hope you're dancing in the sky. And I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Since you arrived.
Hello. I would like to acknowledge the traditional lands that we are on today. We are on the Wamba Wamba lands. And I would also like to acknowledge the surrounding tribes, the Tadi Tadi people, Wamba Wamba, Wadi Wadi, Baraba Baraba Nation, and I also would like to the nation that we were born in, the Gunji Jamari tribe. And I'd also like to pay my respects to the elders, both past, present, and raising. Thank you.
Thank you, Camara. Welcome everyone today. My name is Harold Jocks. I'm First Lieutenant of the Fire Brigade, and it's my honour to be the MC for today. I've known KURK for quite a while. I was probably the first person he made contact to when he joined the fire brigade. I had a phone call from his mum when he was a teenager, and she wanted to know what Junior Fire Brigade was all about. So I told her, and I said to Ruth, I said, look, bring Kirk along for a couple of nights. If he enjoys it, we'll sign him up and we'll see how we go. And Ruth's answer to me was, well, we will sign him up because he will enjoy it, because that's what he's going to do. And Kirk started his junior career as a member of our Junior Fire Brigade and worked his way through. As he went through to the juniors, he had a bit of time moving up into our senior competition team, and then he went off and explored the world, joined the army, and he came back to Swan Hill. And when he came back to Swan Hill, he came back and rejoined the brigade, and he started his senior firefighting journey as a wildfire firefighter, which he got the qualifications earlier this year. And he really enjoyed turning out on our tanker too. It was part of his truck and was part of that journey. So again, thank you everyone for coming along today and helping celebrate the life of Kirk. So Ziana and Kamira are going to tell us Kirk's story. That's me. Thanks. Well, I think I've just probably told Kirk's story. Have you got more Kirk's story? Okay, hang on 5.
It's on the USB. On the red one. Red one. Anyone got a computer?
I can't sing. I can't even fish. I guess while we're waiting, I guess Kirk, everybody would have their own little stories and memories of Kirk. I know myself. Up 2 weeks ago, Kirk rang me up and he said, do you know that 3SH are doing a thing where you can get money? I reckon you could get some money for the fire brigade. And I said, that's probably a good idea. He said, I was going to do it, but I didn't know what you wanted. So he even checked up on me Monday a week ago to make sure that I'd done it. That's the sort of bloke Kirk was. You'd always see Kirk on the cancel when he's driving past. You drive past and you get this big cheeky Kirk wave, big smile, you know. And if he wasn't doing too much and you're working there, next moment you see Kirk standing over your shoulder and he'd be saying, "What are you doing, Harold?" And you'd have to go and explain everything that you're doing. Just some great memories of that'll never be forgotten with the Kirk for sure. Okay, just while we're getting organised, if there were some people who would like to do some tributes to Kirk, if you'd like to come forward, and we'll do those now while we're just getting organised.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'd just like to recite a few things from the Robertson side of the family. Reading to our beautiful Kirk, James Abraham Robertson, a son, grandson, brother, nephew, cousin, great-grandson and stepson. From the day you were born, you brought so much joy and love into our lives. Our lives you've enriched with your presence. We shared so many wonderful times together, and those memories will remain in our hearts forever. There were so many things you loved, while spending time with us in Portland, going to the beach, searching for crabs under rocks and collecting shells, making sand castles and swimming, going to the playground and pool and riding in the dune buggy at Swan Lake. For breakfast you poached 2 eggs, runny yolk of course, and your toast cut into squares on the side, your bread and butter pudding and jelly, a back massage and a book read to you at bedtime, singing some songs together. When you would visit us, you would start with a big hug and then go around every room to see what was new and what had changed. You've always changed Nanny's clock in the car at daylight savings time because Nanny couldn't do it. There are so many more memories we have which we treasured forevermore. We are also proud of you and your achievements in your life, and completing year 12 at school, doing a gap year in the army, being a volunteer firefighter and having strong work ethic. You love giving and receiving hugs from us all. Your present was like the sun shining brightly. Your beautiful smile was infectious to all who came in contact with you. You always brightened up our days and lives. Your loving, kind and gentle nature is something to behold and a great role model for others. Caring and thinking of others was a delightful attribute of yours. To our dearest Kirk, we love you and miss you. Be at peace, our darling boy, the Robertson family.
Is there other people who would like to come up?
Hello everyone, my name's Danny Fraser. I'm the director of the Swan Hill Clontarf Academy. Once a Clontarf boy, always a Clontarf boy. Kirk was a member of the Swan Hill Clontarf Academy from 2012 to 2016 while at Swan Hill College, and as an inspirational leader as a Clontarf alumni since 2017. He lived and breathed all aspects of the Clontarf Foundation program while in the academy at school, and in his time and alumni supporting Clontarf with nothing but a genuine leader and role model for all the others. Responsibility, respect, leadership, commitment, courage, teamwork and passion are some of the values of the qualities of the Clontarf program. Coincidentally, they're also the strong traits that Kirk possessed through life. With us, he was Mr. Organised, through and through, right to the end. He chose VCAL over VCE, as he knew what he wanted to do after leaving school, and often said, I was too smart for VCE anyway. He planned, mapped and thought his way through life, always putting others first. We were able to watch, guide and support Kirk through his work employment pathways, starting with Macca's and then flourishing into the main workforce, being in the army, the solar farms, and most recently working at Coles with his mum and with the Swan Hill Council. He always asked me whenever I caught up with him regularly, so when am I going to get a job at Clontarf? I'm ready. We always said, just keep holding on. That conversation was only 2 weeks ago. He had many opportunities to further venture with Clontarf out in the big wide world, but always replied, nah, I just want to be close to family. Kirk could do it all and mix it all with the best. He did it in his own way with his quirky Kirk smile and confidence that can only be described as, well, that's Kirk. We admired him for who he was, what he had achieved and become, and for the generosity and support that he gave. He was our pin-up boy for all that was Clontarf. To all here today, to all our Clontarf boys and alumni, it's okay not to be okay. I encourage you all to talk to someone and speak up. Those that love you the most will listen. Before you ask someone, are you okay? Please ask yourself first, am I okay? So fly high into the dream time, brother. You can fish now until your heart's content and do it day after day. Look down and guide the younger Clontarf fellas. We will miss you forever. You will forever hold your place in the Clontarf Academy room. You will forever be king of the table tennis table. You will forever be a Clontarf legend.
You got one.
Yeah, Kirk was a big influence on my life. Yeah, looked up to him in many ways, and he was like a big brother, really. Give his shirt off you. Yeah, heaps of good memories, and just gonna miss him so much. Just wish, yeah, it's never weak to speak, and yeah.
Over the last 2 years, he's probably been, besides Brianna, been one of the biggest people in my life. Like, he was there, everything we did, he was there. He was the kind of man, he'd give you his shirt off your back, off his own back. Wouldn't care, he'd just think about everyone else before himself. He was the only one. There's no one else like him. We all love you, brother. And have fun up there, mate.
Say a few words. You say a few words. You say a lot of words. Okay. I can do my best. I have to put my glasses on.
I kind of wrote a little speech, but I'm a bit shaky, so I probably won't be the best being able to hear me. Ever since I was born, for my last 20 years, I had the best friend I could ever ask for. He was loyal, he was my hero, he was annoying, a pain in my ass, but he was always funny as well with the random facts he would give you. I have so many memories, but it's so hard just to pick one, so I just gonna ramble off some of my favorite, especially his smart ass comments, because he was a little shithead.
Wasn't that little?
When I had my platforms on, I reckon we were the same size. Kirk would always love to play fight, especially he'd get his fingers into the little typewriter until Mum would have to come get him off me. Or he would put spit all in his mouth and try and drool and suck it in the last minute. You guys would know what I'm talking about. He'd always do it. One time he didn't suck it in time and it went in my mouth. It was really gross. Kirk's favorite word to tell me was, "Do you really need to eat that?" Just so he could keep baiting me. He loved baiting me until I would get angry. Just kept going, pushing your little buttons. To be able to go in Kirk's room, I would always have to play a video game. So the only video game he would let me play was Red Redemption. And I just did some horse riding. There was one time he let me play another game. It was Call of Duty. Let's just say I died every 5 seconds because he never gave me a chance. Not one. I'd get the controller back on and I'm dead. He'd be waiting for me. That experience wrecked it, so I just kept playing Red Redemption with him. Kirk always had a fun personality, always full and loving. When he wanted to come in my room, he would just take a little thing and take it with him. And he played a game with himself to see how long it would take me to figure out what he took. He kept taking my makeup, and when I do that, I just have to go, Kirk, give it back, that's mine. And it would go for ages, that game. Or he would try to help me do my makeup. Yeah, nah, I'd have the wonkiest eyebrows. Still do, but when I do it myself, as he would say, they're not even. Said I'm trying. 2 years ago, I moved to Melbourne, and to keep in contact with each other, he told me I had to start watching anime. I wasn't really a person to watch anime back then, but I watched what he suggested to me. He got some phone calls after that. Why did this character die? Why did he have to die? And we're just ranting on for ages about this one anime. Then he would tell me to shut up and watch the next one, because he was sick of me going on. I didn't really have the best father figures in my life, because he was really never there. But Kirk really took up and took that role for me. He was my special dead partner at my death. And he was always there for me, especially when we needed to rant about Mum being a bitch. He was my role model, my biggest hero. He was the... Sorry. He was the only male in my family, like in what Mum gave birth to, my only brother, the only boy in our family. And he was our world, our everything. Thanks for listening.
If you'd like to just pay attention to the big screen, we're going to have a slideshow presentation of Kirk's life.
Something down inside me's different. Woke up a little off today. I can tell that something's wrong. I'm a little thrown off today. There's something going on inside me. I'm a little bit off today. I'm a little thrown off today. There's something going on inside me. I'm a little bit off today. I'm a little bit off today. Something down inside me's different. Woke up a little off today. I can tell that something's wrong. I'm a little thrown. I'm a little bit off today. Something down inside me's different. Woke up a little off today. I can tell that something's wrong. I'm a little thrown off today. There's something going on inside me. I'm a little bit off today. A little bit off today. I'm a little bit off today. A little bit off. See, I'm a little bit off today. I cannot put my finger on it. Got up a little off today just to play that same old song. I don't really want to try today. I see nothing in my reflection. I'm a little bit dry today. I feel like I could die today. I'm a little bit off today. I feel like I could die today. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, pissed off today, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm a little put off today, and I could not tell you why. Got a really short fuse today, everyone around me's fucking crazy. I'm a little ticked off today, a little pissed off today. I'm a little bit off today. I told a little white lie today. I smiled and told someone I loved them. I had to say goodbye today to someone that I love. I couldn't even cry today. I think my heart is finally broken. Didn't need a reason why today. I don't need a reason why today.
I got a little too high today, got lost inside a sea of madness. Crashed a little bit hard today, crashed a little too hard today.
Everybody sing. Today, something down inside me feels so different. Just a little bit off today. You can all fuck off today.
On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window at the darkness. Till boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces and knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice. So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. Said, if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. And when he finished speaking, he turned back toward the window, crushed out his cigarette, faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. But in his final words, I found an ace that I could keep. You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You got to know when to hold up, when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the deal is done. My house in Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, golden grand piano, my beauty focused EOU. Ooh, you, ooh, I'd leave it all. My acres of land I've achieved. It may be hard for you to stop and believe, but for you, ooh, I'd leave it all. Oh, for you, ooh, I'd leave it all. Give me one good reason why I should never make a change. Baby, if you owe me, then all of this will go away. My many artifacts, the list goes on. If you just say the words, I'll up and run. Oh, to you, ooh, I'd leave it all. Oh, to you, ooh, I'd leave it all. Give me one good reason why I should never make a change. Baby, if you owe me, then all of this will go away. Give me one good reason why I should never make a change. Baby, if you owe me, then all of this will go away. My friends and family, they don't understand. They fear they'll lose so much if you take my hand. But for you, ooh, I'd lose it all. Oh, for you, ooh, I'd lose it all. Give me one good reason why I should never make a change. Baby, if you owe me, then all of this will go away. Give me one good reason why I should never make a change. Baby, if you owe me, then all of this will go away. My house in Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, golden grand piano, my beauty focused EOU. Ooh, I'd leave it all. Oh, for you, ooh, I'd leave it all.
Travel along, there's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore, where the brave are free and lovers soar. Come ride with me to the distant shore. We won't hesitate to break down the garden gate. There's not much time left today. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. Through all these cities and all these towns, it's in my blood and it's all around. I love you now like I loved you then. This is the road and these are the hands. From Mozambique to those Memphis nights, the copper pass to Vancouver's lights. And knock me down and back up again. You're in my blood, I'm not a lonely man. There's no road I can hold, a road so rough, this I know. I'll be there when the light comes in. Just tell me we're survivors. Life is a highway, but I wanna ride it all night long. Woo! If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah. Life is a highway, but I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. There was a distance between you and a misunderstanding once, but now we look it in the eye. There ain't no load that I can't hold. A road so rough, this I know. I'll be there when the light comes in. Tell me we're survivors. Life is a highway, but I wanna ride it all night long. You're going my way, but I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. You're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Come on, gimme, 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 life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night. Yeah, I wanna drive it all night long, baby. You're going your way, I wanna drive it all night long.
So Kirk James Abraham Robertson, born in Warrnambool to Ruth and Dylan on the 3rd of November 1998 on Melbourne Cup Day. He has always been a cheeky little bugger. Kirk became big brother to Alicia, Kamira, Ziana, Zeth, Yamelia, Trisina and Alexia. Sorry, I said that wrong, didn't I? I apologise. He was also a big brother figure to so many. He was the best big brother anyone could ask for, always shit stirring, always caring and always there for them to no matter what. He was a role model, someone to look up to. Kirk started his years at Warrnambool East Primary School and for there moved to Melbourne to Yarrawarra Primary School where he made lots of new friends and memories. In grade 6 he was a sports captain. Everyone there loved him. Getting into his high school years, he started them at Timbara Prep to Year 9 college. In Year 8, he went to Swan Hill College, where he stayed till he finished Year 12. He was a devoted Clontarf boy and continued supporting Clontarf after he finished school. Kirk didn't so much after school other than play his Xbox, and Mum wanted him to socialise, so she made Kirk become a junior CFA runner, where he picked it up so quickly and he grew to love it. He loved it so much that once he returned to Swan Hill, he became a proud firefighter. When Kirk turned 15, he started to work at McDonald's to save up for G-Day USA. He worked every weekend and after schools as much as he could to save as much money as possible. He loved the amazing experiences and the memory he made in the USA and the friends for life. Straight after high school, Kirk joined the army for the gap year and he gained many skills. His favourite was him becoming an amazing marksman. Everyone would talk about his excellent gun skills. When returning home from the army to Swan Hill, he lived off his savings and played Xbox all day, till he felt it was time to return to work. He started work for Silver and Justin Pitts in their budding company. Oh my God, the complaining we would have to listen to when he came home because of his poor back. When the budding season was over, he started to work for Downer's solar farm in Balreynolds. When the solar farm was completed, he was meant to move on to the next solar farm build, but COVID hit and he couldn't cross the border. In 2020, he got a job at the Swan Rural City Council on the beautification team. Once this ended, the council kept him on to be a parks and gardens maintenance worker, mowing and whippersnipping the lawns. In September 2021, COVID lockdown 5 hit, so Kirk wasn't working because casuals at the councils were not allowed to work. So his mum got him a job at Coles, because you know the whole family's going to end up working there one day. In September, Kirk finally became full-time at the council and he was so excited to get his RDOs. Kirk was a hard-working man. He would work all day at council and then come home to stir his mum about getting tea ready early so he could go to work nights at Coles. Kirk's biggest love after his family was fishing. He bought himself a boat so he could expand his fishing game. He would enter every fishing comp he could possibly get to. When he was in the army, he developed a love for shooting, which turned to a love for hunting. He loved to go rabbiting and would bring home the dead rabbits and torment his sisters with them, or just leave them at his doorstep. Imagine that'd be Kirk. Kirk got his first car at 19 and he loved that car. He would go all fast and furious around town if you ever got in it with him. He would be holding on for dear life. But other than holding on, his driving, he was amazing. He was such a good driving teacher. He was well known for his late night pickups and Macca runs, or a deso driver home for any friend in need. He was always a text away for anyone who needed him. He had a knack of showing up just at the right time when you needed him, whether you knew it or not. The ancestors have called you, and now you're on your journey to the dream time. I'd like to now call forward Captain Michael Howard of the Swan Fire Brigade.
Thanks, Harold. We remember this day our colleague Kirk, who shared our pleasure, hopes and misfortunes. We remember him as we knew him, serving in our ranks, answering many calls, leaving the comfort, security and safety to render service to all. From the dying embers of his life, we shall kindle a new flame and pass it on from member to member as a symbol that the life we honour will go on in service through those who this day are humbled before eternity and dedicated to help with the community through the service to the Country Fire Authority. I'm now just going to read the fireman's prayer. When I am called to duty, God, wherever flames may rage, give me the strength to save some life, whenever it be its age. Help me embrace a little child
before it is too late, or save an older person from the horror of that fate. Enable me to be alert and hear the weakest shout, and quickly and efficiently put the fire out. I want to fill my calling and give it to the best to me, to guard my every neighbour and protect his property. And if according to your will I have to lose my life, please bless with your protecting hand.
Thanks, Michael. Is there anybody else who wanted to say a few words about Kirk? Okay, thanks.
Today, Kirk, your life we honour, your departure we accept, your memory we cherish. And although there is grief today, as we say goodbye, there is always gratitude for your life. We are truly grateful for the privilege of having shared life with you. But rest now at the end of your days. Rest in the hearts and minds of all those who love you. And so with love we shall leave you in peace. And with respect we bid you a fond farewell. So the family have just asked everyone if they'd like to stay on for some refreshments and something to eat and drink. They also asked me to pass on if anyone brought along a fishing rod or anything to have one last fish today with Kirk. And if the pallbearers would like to step forward now. Brigade members, if you would like to form up on the road for a guard of honour. If everybody else just wants to form up in line after the fire brigade and join in to pay your respects in the honour guard.
Settle for the ghost of you. I miss you
thinks there's always tomorrow. I miss your touch on nights when I'm hollow. I know you crossed the bridge that I can't follow. Since the love that you left is all I get, I want you to know that if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life. And if you can't be next to me, your memory is ecstasy. I miss you more than life. I miss you more than life. Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow.